welcome back to my channel. It's Veronica here. How are you all doing? I am so sorry, you guys. I just have to start with that. I know I have been MIA. It's been so long, almost a year since I actually came here physically. A lot has been going on. Life has been throwing punches at me. The devil has been trying it, but in all, we give thanks to the Lord, okay? A lot of people were sending me messages on my DM, on my Instagram and stuff, like trying to check up on me. I did not mean to ghost you guys. I didn't mean to just go MIA like that. But I was just going through a lot. So many things have been going on, but I'm gonna start from beginning, okay? If you check on my community post, you will see on there that my last post on there was about me getting another position at work that was taking my time, you know, like I was having to work Monday through Friday, 12 hours a day. So I was working 60 hours a week, which is a lot, you know. So, and I said I was having issues juggling work and motherhood and, you know, YouTube and everything. So I had to let YouTube sit for a little bit. I mean, I cannot let motherhood sit. The kids are gonna always be there. So I had to let YouTube sit for a little bit, but I was still trying here and there to put, you know, content out and put like 1 minute, what is it called? Shorts videos out there. But let me get to the story, you guys. It's taken me a lot to do this video. It is taking me a lot to do this video. I've tried to film this a lot of times, but I just couldn't put myself together. So I had to give myself some time to just get, you know, just get myself together, okay? So it's very difficult. If you feel like the video is all over the place, forgive me. It's hard on me, okay? And I feel like this story is gonna help somebody one way or the other, which was why I decided to come out to do it, to tell the story, because I would normally just keep it to myself. But I decided, let me come out and tell this story, and you know, somebody out there should know that they're not alone, okay? Sometime last year, my daughter was always very close to me and clingy to me, and knowing her, she was not that type of girl. She's a daddy's girl. My son is the one that would always, you know, be clingy to me. But my daughter was so clingy. Like everybody around me was telling me, like, "Are you sure you're not pregnant? Why is she so clingy to you?" Because she's the, you know, the baby. So they were telling me that, but I didn't see any reason to, because I wasn't trying to get pregnant. The plan was for her to be 3 years old first before me and my husband would start, you know, trying. So I didn't think of, you know, I didn't think there was anything. It just kept going like that. And one day, I was like, you know, this is true. The way this girl is so clingy to me, let me just test, you know. I got back from work. I remember that period I was, you know, trying to fit fam. You guys know my channel here and there. I show like recipes, things, exercises that I've done to help my, you know, to help my body be at its natural skinny state, okay? But yeah, so I was doing my workout a lot, sometimes 500 to 750 skips in the morning before I get ready to go to work. When I come back, I would do my 500 to 750 skips. When I come back, I was drinking my green tea and lemon, you know, using psyllium husk to make my eggplants swallow and stuff like that. So I wasn't thinking pregnancy, because at that point I was just more of keeping my body, my shape, you know, and keeping fit. So I was doing vigorous exercises and stuff. So I remember this day I came back from work. I did my 750 skips. I had already done 750 in the morning before going to work. So I came back, before getting in the shower, I did the 750 skips. And somewhere in my head, I was like, you know what, let me just test and see, you know, because my daughter was actually right in front of me when I was doing the skits, and she was that clingy. So I was like, you know what, let me just do this test and see, you know, it's either positive or negative. But in my mind, it was just going to be negative. So I did the pregnancy test, and it was pure positive. Like, it was so strong. The lines were so strong. Like, I was very surprised. And I called my husband. I was like, look, like, it's showing that I'm pregnant. And he was also surprised, because we didn't plan for it. I mean, we weren't trying not to, but at the same time, we weren't trying to, you know. My first and second, we had to plan the pregnancy, because My husband works overseas, so we would always have to plan the pregnancy. But with this one, since he had been around for a long time, you know, it just happened without us planning. So to us, it was new. Like, is this how people get pregnant? You know? So, you know, we just kept saying how we weren't ready right there and then, like, oh, we're not ready, blah blah blah, you know. But that only lasted like 5 minutes, you know. I just was like, wait, there really is a baby in my belly. Like, are you serious right now? Like, I just got excited all of a sudden. My husband, also being the kind of person he is, he was like, you know what, babies are blessings, there's nothing we can do at this point. And we just got excited. He prayed to God and thanked God for the pregnancy, and we were just happy, right? We kept it to ourselves. And this was on a Friday. And then the next Friday, I remember I was at work and I just said, you know what, I wanted to pee. I went to go pee and I wiped. I saw like a little pink, pinkish, you know, bloody color on the tissue. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's implantation bleeding. I've never had any kind of bleeding in any of my pregnancies. But I was like, maybe this one is like implantation bleeding. You know, I just let it go. Because of that first one, it kept making me in my head, I just wanted to go pee. I just kept going to go pee just to see, like, is it gonna go away? So I went to go pee again, same thing, the same light pink discharge. You know, sorry, it's a lot of TMI with this video, so I'm so sorry in advance, okay? And I was like, you know, like, what could this be? I just didn't think too much of it. By the end of that evening, the color went from being pinkish to being red, to the point where I had to go wear a pad at this point. Because before, I wasn't, you know, stained, but every time I would wipe, I would see it on the tissue, you know. So by the end of that day, I had to wear a pad. That's how it just rapidly became like that. So I sent my doctor a text message. I have a personal number. So I sent her a text message to let her know what was going on. And because it was on a Friday, she couldn't do anything until Monday. And she was like, just watch it and see. I don't think it's implantation bleeding, because I told her, like, do you think it might be implantation bleeding? And she said, based on my last menstrual period, it couldn't be implantation bleeding, because implantation bleeding happens at 3 weeks of pregnancy. Before you even miss your period, the implantation bleeding will happen. So she was like, yeah, like, it's not implantation bleeding, we'll just do an ultrasound on Monday, blah blah. So I had to deal with that the whole weekend, and the bleeding became more. By the time I went to see the doctor on Monday, it was almost like period bleeding. And at that point, I kind of knew that, you know, that was gonna happen. I went to her office, she did an ultrasound, and she did confirm that I was having a miscarriage. You know, that really hurt. It was very painful. Me and my husband were there together. Thank God for him that he was there with me, because usually he's not around. So for him to be around with me this time, I was very, very happy. So the doctor right there and then gave me the option to either let the body pass it out on its own, or I could take the medication, or we could just go do surgery, like a DNC. I didn't want to do the DNC. I just told her, you know what, let's just let the body expel. Let's just see what happens. Somewhere at the back of my head, I was still hoping that, you know, it's not really a miscarriage. So the first week went by, I'm bleeding, nothing was coming. The second week, I was still bleeding, but the tissue was not coming out. You guys, I bled for 6 weeks straight. Yes, this was part of the reason why I could not come back on YouTube. Like, it was just emotionally draining. Plus my work, I was still having to work my 60 hours a week on top of this. So I just was like, you know what, the actual miscarriage hurts, but it didn't hurt as much as the bleeding that I just kept saying, because the bleeding kept reminding me of what could have been. The bleeding kept reminding me of the miscarriage, you know. So I just was down. I was down the entire 6 weeks. It was to the point where we were like, okay, I just told the doctor, you know what, give me the medication. Let's try medication. You know, if I have to avoid surgery, let's avoid surgery. So we did the medication. This thing would not come out. It would not come out. Like, even with the medication, I had contractions here and there, but it just would not come out. So we waited another week, and me and my husband just decided, you know what, let's just have the surgery and just get it out. Because at this point I was ready to start trying again, because now people have pissed me off, because I wasn't ready for a baby. The pregnancy came. Now I am ready for a baby. I want a baby. I want to start trying. And me bleeding for almost 2 months was not making me move fast. Like, let's just do the surgery, clean me up, and let's start trying. So we went to the doctor and we booked a date, and we did the surgery. The DNC didn't even last up to 30 minutes. They just went in there, cleaned me up. I will put a video, a clip of, you know, while I was at the hospital. I got discharged on the same day, and that very day, the bleeding, everything stopped. And it got me mad. Like, I could have done this a month ago. I could have done this 2 months ago and just move on with my life. I asked the doctor, I said, when can I start trying again? You guys, how did I go from I'm not ready to be pregnant, I'm not ready to have another baby right now, to, oh, you know, when can I start trying? Because now I want a baby. You guys have made me taste it, you know, like now I have that baby fever. So she was like, oh, you just wait 2 periods, like 2 months, and then you can come back. I remember telling the doctor, I'll see you in a month. I will see you next month. And she laughed, like, you know, like, girl, let your body heal. I just was like, I will see you next month. So encourage somebody out there, you know, like I said earlier in the video, like I was working out a lot. I was doing things that I feel like would have harmed the baby, actually. Because I remember telling my husband, like, with this right now, if we're actually really pregnant right now, this was when we found out, like, if we're actually really pregnant right now, I hope this baby will be okay because of all the things that I was doing. Like I said, I was doing close to 1,000 to 1,500 skips a day. In the morning before I go to work, I'll do 500 to 750 before I get in the shower. When I get back from work, before I get in the shower, I do another 500 to 750. So imagine that, and then pregnant. And I remember the doctor telling me, Veronica, that is not why, okay? You didn't cause this. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Even with all the things that you told me that you were doing while you didn't know you were pregnant, those things are not enough to make the baby not form. Do you understand? That's not a reason why that happened. You know, it's just probably some genetic issues, right? And this is to encourage somebody out there, like, it's not always your fault, okay? My doctor was like, some people are on all of these drugs and they still get pregnant and the baby sticks and stays, you know? So don't think it's your fault. If it's meant to be, it'll happen, okay? If you've been through miscarriage, or you're going through a miscarriage right now, I know your pain, okay? I know how painful this can be. It is not your fault. It's not something you did wrong, okay? Except you just know you personally took something to abort the baby. But other than that, it is not your fault, okay? So I hope this helped somebody out there. Thank you guys so much for watching up until this point. If you haven't subscribed, please do well to do so. And I am back, you guys. I have loads of videos waiting for you guys. I have a lot of videos waiting for you guys. So shout me out. How do we say it again? Share out my video so people will know that I'm back. I know I have been gone for so long. I've lost some subscribers on the way, but it's okay. It's all good. So please, if you can, share out my videos. Send it to somebody on your WhatsApp, your Instagram, somewhere. Share out my link. Also, share me out here on YouTube so that people will know that I'm back. Okay, because right now I am back and I'm better. Enough of the crying. I am done crying. I have cried a lot and we're done. We're now getting back to ourselves, okay? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.